the thing about boxing is you look at the last couple of years, the guy who has made the most noise, and it's like a disgrace, is Jake Paul, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a YouTuber. He's not even a professional boxer. The fact that his fight with Mike Tyson on a free Netflix drew more viewers than Canelo versus Bud Crawford. You know, like, and these guys are 48, 36 years old. Now, let's be honest with them. We're both boxing historians and we love boxing. We're gonna watch the fight because we just want to see, right? But it's funny because we said it on the air or off the air before we got on. I mean, can you imagine in 2005 Chavez fought, or like in 2010 Chavez fought Hector Macho Camacho, rest in peace,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or like in 2020 Oscar fought Sugar Shane Mosley. Like, dude, they're like, now they're smaller guys, so they won't look as flabby as these heavyweights do when they're like 40, but um it really speaks more about the state of boxing,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's,
that 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 these guys, for example, David Benavidez, right? Um Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Bud Crawford. Well, Bud Crawford's a little older. Just like the 30 and under boxers, nobody cares. We thought Ryan Garcia could have been the next face of boxing. He had the look, he had the style, he had the charisma, and he's already 26, right? So it's not like he's still a young pup. He's entering the prime, but you know, there's he's more of a YouTube sensation, social media presence than an actual boxer.
right. And he
That's
looked
the
good.
problem.
He looked good on Saturday. But I argue with Jason Wolf about this all the time. I wish he would come on and talk about it on the podcast. But he's so big on this era of boxing. He says, "Oh, the fighters are so good, this and that. There's so much talent." But other than Canelo is like Floyd. He passed the torch to Canelo. Canelo's held it down. He's been in a lot of big fights. But Canelo wasn't able. I mean, it's like there's no. Yeah, he fought Crawford and Crawford retired. But even if Crawford had retired, he wouldn't be the guy who could generate a big time super fight as an A side fighter. So there's just no. It's like there's a bunch of planets, but there's no sun. There's no Oscar, there's no
Yeah,
Tyson, there's no Mayweather
yeah.
or Pacquiao who can
And
give life.
and that's the thing. And that's the thing. Yes, they might be better boxers, but they don't bring the enthusiasm and they don't bring the excitement of a boxing fight. You know, um, unfortunately, MMA has taken that away from boxing. People are more excited about an MMA fight than a boxing fight.
Mhm.
You know, uh, just the promoters. I'm not sure. They gotta get together. I know Ring is trying to do so. I mean, can you imagine if Turkey never like invested the money he did?
Mhm.
We probably wouldn't have gotten the Canelo Crawford fight, you know. Um, but these guys, it's sad what has happened to boxing, Um,
It,
but
it's definitely not what it used to be. It's like in a way, it's more like polished, like the broadcast and stuff. And it's because
hmm
of social media, it's
hmm
like it's in a way it reaches more people overall, but there's still no. You don't see the big time pay per view events
no,
like outside of that
and,
Netflix. Netflix was never that was you paid whatever your Netflix subscription is, and you can watch the fight for
yeah,
free. But who
yeah,
today, right now? who in boxing, if they did a regular, like I don't know what the numbers were for Shakur's last fight or Ryan Garcia, but when you have to pay for a boxing pay per view, Mayweather and Pacquiao used to do $1 million plus every time
Yeah.
out on average. Who in boxing
And
can even come
you
close
had
to
to pay $100 for that
that?
if you
Right,
want.
you know. So
Yeah,
it's like,
it's this is free because everybody who doesn't have a Netflix subscription,
yeah, right. So,
it's free.
right.
It's
So,
free. So yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. When you had a fighter like when you had a fight like Vargas De La Hoya Trinidad, De La Hoya Mosley, Lennox Lewis Tyson, Holyfield Tyson, like, and this was back in the '90s where people were paying 50, 60, $80 to watch that fight,
hmm
and it was like it was such a buildup. It was such a buildup, and people were excited. Everybody was talking about the big fight. Now, Shakur, is he more talented than those welterweights in the late '90s and early 2000s? Maybe, but he doesn't bring the same enthusiasm, the same, you know.
no,
Yeah, it's like, these guys were Mayorga. Remember Mayorga versus Canelo or Mayorga versus Mosley? Like, God, man, I don't know. Maybe they need to smoke a cigarette in the middle of the ring again. I don't know. Who knows what these guys need to do? But
yeah.
I mean, are they not promoting the fight right? What's going on? You know?
They don't know how to build the fighters anymore. That's what HBO was so good at. HBO knew how to build fighters and make you go, man, I gotta watch this Marquez and Tim Bradley fight. This is
Or
what
even, yeah,
legacies are on the line. You know,
Barrera versus Marquez. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
Barrera
and then
versus
and let's be honest, we don't have the voice of Jim Lampley.
yeah. I mean, those people were Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant. They were essential. Al Bernstein, Steve Farwood, Hood, you
Even
know,
even
Steve
even
Albert.
George Foreman,
Yeah,
just George Foreman's voice next to Lampley.
yeah.
You know,
It's a
and
different sport now.
yeah, and that guy, he's not bad. That guy, Morrow, I think, whatever
But
his name
he
is.
was an MMA guy at first. It's
Yeah,
different.
but he's not bad. He's not bad. It's just there's just something missing in boxing that you know they just gotta find a way to build these boxers back up, man.